So we're already recording.
We are.
Yeah.
I'm already recording. Yes.
In that case, beware! The Blissey has Doc held hostage, and she's ransoming him for peanut butter blossoms.
But I already made the peanut butter blossoms.
Yes, I've actually been enjoying several of them.
Whoa, hold the phone there, Missy. You knew how much of a not sugar person he is, and yet you're tempting him anyway, you monster!
For anyone who in the audience who is listening in on our commentary, I am at Blissey's home right now. It was kind of a welcome coincidence that my lady and I happened to be on vacation, and it just worked out that we can be visiting Blissey on the exact same day that we're releasing this Red versus Blue finale episode. And I'm like, that's really nice. That's going to make it a bit more of a unique commentary that we're right next to each other here.
I totally did not get the googly, boggly, fangirly eyes when he informed me, we're going to be here the same day the premiere starts. I'm like,
I think this was planned all along.
this was not.
You say it was a coincidence. I don't believe that for a second. This was all planned from the get-go.
And I have my doom flag.
I have my flask
It's
of water.
good to be dooming.
I am looking at the thumbnail for this video coming up, and I'm thinking back to when we very first discussed the idea. It was Josh and I with Saberspark and AC Race Fest at Pacific PonyCon 2016. It has been nearly 5 years since we first brought up this idea, and now we're seeing the culmination of everything.
Doc is a medic for the win. I agree with this. Yes.
You know what? I don't mind it being warm for Halloween in California here because I don't know. It just I feel like I don't mind it.
You can have the heat.
I'm a born and raised Southern Californian. I was born in it, molded by it.
You guys are all talking about temperatures. Meanwhile, it's 6 degrees Celsius here, which is, what, 42 Fahrenheit?
That'd be cool.
It's
So,
cool.
divide by 5. So that's nearly 11 degrees, then add 32, so you're looking at nearly 43 degrees.
Yeah.
Nerds!
Love how not only Doc knows the formula for converting Celsius to Fahrenheit, but can do it in his head on the spot. Just saying.
Again, I say, nerds!
It's almost like he does math for a living and is good at it.
No, right?
How often do I have to repeat myself? Nerd! I gotta say, sound design-wise, I'm sure Brass can back me up on this. This is probably like the most intense, I want to call it like sound choreography, like especially for the upcoming final battle that I think we've ever had to put together. Trying to make sure that, you know, each individual member has their time to shine, even if they don't have a line of dialogue.
Yeah, and that was the hard
Understatement.
part about writing.
Oh, yeah.
I still remember back when the audio was done by either Doc or Josh, or both.
Especially like with Seven Nation Army and Guardian Angel. I remember how different those sounded from Doc's stuff.
And I'm trying to remember, it got to a point where were they getting too long, or were you and Josh just getting more projects that y'all can no longer handle the audio for this project?
I think that I was committed to keep doing the audio, and that you and perhaps a couple of others came to me and said, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by doing audio, we know that Will is especially good at audio mixing and could come up with some really creative sound effects and music and everything else. And admittedly, when I listened to his first works on the TF2 analysis series, yeah, I could tell he is definitely more creative with sound mixing.
Yeah, I may have like helped a bit here and there, but I think before I came on as a full on board audio editor, I want to say you actually came to Jasper first. Yeah, because I know like me and him have done stuff together before we were brought on ages ago.
Oh, we're getting more Dog Dies We Riot.
Of course.
Yep, I will join you. My brothers and sisters, Doc dies, we riot!
Probably like our past selves, once this commentary video comes up, I think it'll definitely change from if Doc dies, we riot to we're already rioting because Doc isn't getting no super form.
Hypothetically speaking, Doc, if you were to have one, what would you have chosen?
I don't know. I really don't.
Oh, you're killing me!
Because I never put serious thought into exactly what Doc could be and would be.
Oh, I know what it would be. It would be a were-human. Whenever the full moon comes out, he gets his fur.
And then he gets mean.
ANY says we have been infiltrated by a ninja.
Where?
Isn't that part of the deal? He's supposed to not be seen?
Oh, hold on, I can try to call him out. Give him his call of nature. Pip pip cheerio, Big Ben, cup of tea and all that.
I'm so happy that the stereotypical stuff was aimed at the English guy and not the Scot for a change. Oh, come on!
Who is playing that?
I object, Your Honor!
Voice of Reason wishes he could be here, but since he wasn't able to make it, he wanted us to read from this that he had written up earlier on. Initially, the script ended with everyone defeating the robots and no real closure for the longest standing rivalry between both snipers. So I wanted to tie it back to the 1,000 kill streak and Gingerbread Man, which is what the final conversation is referencing. Also, Smile, you son of a gunshot from Jaws was worth writing in.
It's going to start any second now. Oh boy.
Nice to see that we have over 300 waiting.
And yeah, ANY, you wish this was 90 minutes.
I also told him earlier that this is a 6 out of 10 episodes.
No.
And here's the countdown. Exciting, exciting.
Aw.
So much fun.
I'm panicking!
Don't panic!
Dedicated to 10 years of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Thank you for bringing so many of us together, facilitating lasting bonds among a welcoming community. None of us could be where we are today without your uniquely entertaining characters, the richness of your world, the creativity in your stories, and most of all, the gentle wisdom in your lessons.
We had to have Kingdom Hearts music.
You're welcome! I gotta say, like, at least, like, one of the other most difficult parts was trying to select which robot sound clips to use from the game within this, because there were a lot to choose from.
I'm impressed that Doc can keep up with Firebrand, to be honest.
So beautiful.
I gotta say, the way you said that, Maddie, I was just like, oh, that's the one I'm using out of like all the multiple takes you may have given. I'm like, this is the one. This is it. Print, check the gate. Moving on.
I do love a good piece of gum before battle.
I guess the bigger question is, was it spearmint or peppermint?
Yes.
Keyframe's culminating moment.
I wanted to make her look as good as possible for this speech. I hope I accomplished it.
Keyframe did wonderfully portraying that whole scene, that leader speech. It's the culmination of everything we've been building up for I don't know how many episodes when her character first joined.
You have my ass.
I still didn't get the axe joke because I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
What?
Hand in your nerd card now.
Hold the video! Stop it! We need to pause and watch Lord of the Rings first.
The extended versions with director commentary.
One eternity later.
I remember the line ANY just said, "You sure it's a good idea leaving Abby behind?" being different from the one you said.
Yeah, it was a little different because like I think partway through we noticed an error on where that scene was taking place. So I had to go back and pick one that was a little more downplayed because I think originally it was written that the teleporters were out in the desert when that wasn't the case for the previous part. So we had to make some adjustments here and there to make sure continuity was still kept in terms of location.
I love the idea how to include the reformed form once again without having to design the entire puppet battle ready with the picture.
Yeah. I actually had to do some scouring around to try to find more TF2-centered music, be it either official music from the game or fan-created music, and I managed to find like 2 pieces that were like I know one was made for like in memory of Rick May when he passed away, or at least that was like heavily used in a lot of tribute videos. And this piece that's going on for this part here, there's like this whole entire TF2 fan-made orchestral album that I discovered, and I thought like, you know what, I gotta use one of these here. It fits really well.
Another huge moment for Keem Frame where she's basically strategizing with everybody on what they need to do.
Ooh, I love this part coming up here. Bliss surprised me with this.
Lip syncing, yes.
Yeah, when I saw the draft that you sent the group for at least this first part, that caught me off guard. I felt like, oh, bravo, bravo.
I gotta make that a big deal.
And we have a ninja.
Hello. A happy Halloween to you all. Cool.
Aw, Finn.
This effect, keyframe, and the electricity, I admit, was a really daunting effect because I wasn't entirely sure how to pull this off. So again, feedback is appreciated.
That part, I am so glad like I chose that specific music piece to go with that, and the thunder and lightning coming out of her machine and all that, it was like, ooh, mwah, love it.
I mean, Will's audio work really helped me to figure out what was going on. But I think the most daunting task I had was making it look like a real big battle. A lot of robots.
Oh, blue screen of death!
This part coming up here, this was in part thanks to Katie for some extra input for the Weird Al Stole Your Waifu bits.
Oh. Wait, that was a Star Trek quote. How did I miss that? Oh!
The boys are back in town.
The best boys.
They stuff to play Spyro!
The Brits and the Canuck, they are back.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta say this. At some point, Ninja, maybe like in a future thing, I would like to address this apparent beef that Ninja and Thespio have.
You play the two different types of spy, the invisible
Spy
one
versus spy.
Yeah.
Ooh. The invisible versus
There's the title for an episode.
There you
Oh,
go.
dude, I've wanted an episode called Spy vs. Spy for a long time.
Well, there we go. We got something for the future. See, guys? The series isn't ending after this! You happy now?
I insist. I've been an uptight jerk since the 1000 robot kill incident.
Will you two just hug already?
I'd adjusted the AC and the saber vectors, thinking that was all I needed to do. I look in the script, I think, oh, Will's buggered with the script again. They're supposed to be tied up.
Yeah, that was probably a mistake on my part. I thought it already said tied up. That must have been like miscommunication thing. But the ball and chain things, I think, worked just as well.
That was my favorite line of this episode, the whole not having to have a super form to justify being here.
All right, here is the ultimate. Wait, what moment? The Zootopia poster. The Zootopia poster was put into part 2. It's just no one would have expected that. That's the reason why.
Doc's gonna go for a lie down. Also, just by the way, there's over 1,000 people watching. Just
I spent so much time trying to craft exactly how Doc could explain why he would still be here without the same safety net.
Someone in the chat says because Doc is the OG good dog.
You're a good boy.
It's the good boy.
Wait, I thought Finn was the good boy. Good boy off! Finn and Doc!
They're both engineers, except not now because Doc is currently a medic.
Oh, this shot. These shots are beautiful.
Glad you guys approve.
Aww.
I have a robot army. We have an Abby.
Not only an Abby, but a trapdoor.
Have a nice fall. Bye, please.
Ta-ta.
Bye.
I thought we locked him in tater tots.
Hearing Anthony C say yeeted gives me so much life in my soul.
That wasn't in the original script. That he just added on impulse. And I'm like, I love
Bless
it.
him. Bless him.
I want to know how many people are going to flip out seeing this character.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I feel so honored to be working with this character now. I have never had these vectors before until this premiere. And I'm like, I am working with the Barrett's vectors!
Wait, is Anthony just calling out himself for talking to himself?
You decide that.
That's some meta stuff.
I'm glad that we were so consistently able to use the Baron for Halloween episodes.
So this was his official Halloween appearance for this year?
I believe so.
And we still got one last appearance.
I have been seeing a lot of people in and out saying, "Where's Dusty? Is he going to appear in this?" Well, here you go.
I need to point something out too. I don't know if you guys can tell, but Dusty got an upgrade. Originally, he was from an older version of puppets that I'm no longer using. These were recrafted by my own hand. Ironically, I borrowed a puppet that was actually designed to fit around Aeon's design. And then I'm like, okay, you're gonna work for Dusty now.
New plot twist. Dusty and Aeon are the same person?
Picking out this piece of music for this part, I felt like, you know what? I need something that is going to help tie things all together, because this was going to be the epilogue before everything all wrapped up in the credits and all that. I felt like, you know, how about a more bombastic blast from the past? And I found this epically put together version of Seven Nation Army, and I felt like, you know what? This is beautiful.
Oh, it is Seven Nation Army.
Yeah,
Nice.
It took me so
you
long to
wait
figure
for
that
the
out.
real Seven Nation Army coming right up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love this song. I love that Finn came up with such perfect lyrics.
They never offered me a spot on Brody's React.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, hit it, Crusader!
It actually sounds pretty close to the original from the voice and everything, so
Yeah.
good job on Crusader.
This is Crusader.
Yeah, thank you, Crusader.
Also, Jane C is a real person. I thought it was just an OC Anthony owned.
I think, isn't it
That's
Anthony's
actually
friend or
Anthony
sister?
C's sister.
Yes.
I didn't know who made the Baron Vectors. I thought they were made by Silver because he's the one who gave them to me. But then Will pointed out that, no, I don't think Silver made these. These are a completely different style. And I'm like, oh, he's got a point.
And I did actually poke Anthony about that, and yeah, he gave me all the info. Yep, all the Baron Tall Tales vectors, they were done by his sister.
Hey, look, it's Best Soldier.
Lies and slander!
Heyo, best boys. No doubt.
We're the ones that take the punishment.
Well, I'm the one who makes the punishment, therefore that makes me the best soldier. Sometimes I even make the punishment to myself.
I was first soldier, therefore that makes me Best Soldier.
What I find interesting is just like sometimes the ponies that are representing each class, like Voice, he's green and his color's red. Those are opposite colors on the color wheel. And Golden Fox is orange, but he's on blue. Those are also opposites on the color wheel.
How ironic. Oh!
Mad Munchkin is a light blue, yet she's on the red team, and Jasper is a light red, yet he's on blue team.
I can multitask. I'm multicolored.
It's best character ever!
Also, fun fact about this next scene, turns out both me and Key both recorded Ferris Bueller reactions, but mine ended up getting chosen.
Well, wow.
It's over.
Oh my gosh, I feel so mentally and emotionally drained right now because this has been so much fun. It's taken so much effort and it's been so wildly entertaining and even uplifting. Writing certain scenes, especially between Doc and Anthony there at the end, that took so much out of me. And even watching it now, that still cuts deep. And I'm glad to see that so many others in the audience got that same sense, that same impression. Even sitting here next to Blissey, I could tell how much it was affecting her too. But my goodness, I am so grateful that we managed to bring this all to life. It's mind-boggling, but at the same time, it's just so exciting, so inspiring to see we did this. We made this.
We made a movie.
Something that started out as a joke
has
A
evolved.
one-shot. A one-shot that was supposed to be a setup for the real video.
And the strange thing is, like, despite this evolving from what was supposed to be a one-shot, what I find the most interesting is that the fact that we actually still want to keep going. Like, this has evolved into something like we want to continue for the foreseeable future, and that, to me, it's something that came up from nothing. I can't even find the words to describe it. It's just, wow.
I remember when I took on the task for Red vs. Blue, Doc originally wanted multiple editors to be on top of it. I wanted to keep a tradition of consistency because we did that for Seven Nation Army. I wanted to keep going, and I suppose a little bit of pride in me stated that I did Seven Nation Army. I want to do this too. I want to continue this trek of me taking on the season climax, season arc, and I hope I can keep doing it despite if it gets longer. I don't care at this point because I feel like I've just proven that I can take on these big videos. I can tell you that taking on this project was scary on a level of, will I be able to pull off these effects that the audio work that was beautifully done by Will? Can I pull this off? Can I make everybody look as good as I possibly can? Will it be all worth it in the end? And I am so relieved that it is.
I think we're all kind of feeling that whole, can we do this? Oh, we can. Wow. Okay.
We can, and we just did.
Yeah, it's like I said before, the fact that we have this thing inside of us that, like, we were asking, can we do it? And like I said, we wanted to do it.
And I am looking forward to doing it again.
It's hard to think how we could ever top something like this.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
got
even
with it.
going to try to top something like this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This took so much out of all of us.
Yeah, that's something that you eventually learn. It's like I learned that a while ago. If you keep trying to top yourself, you burn yourself out. You got to learn to become comfortable with a standard. Now, yes, sometimes the standard can be raised as time goes on, but if you keep trying to outdo yourself, you're gonna wreck yourself.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry, I'm allergic to tearful speeches.
So what's going on in the future? Well, we'll see.
We shall see.
Oh, that sounds
Lots
so
on the back
ominous.
burner.
That's not fair.
You're very good at that. I look forward to seeing what we come up with in stories. I look forward to seeing what our other editors can do. Master Code, Finn the Pony, Eliora.
And Ty and Daga.
Ty and Daga, yes. I look forward to see what they can do, because if this project helped me to push my editing limits, then I like to see if it will do the same for them.
And let's not forget our 3 audio boys. Hint, hint.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, who are they again?
To wrap this whole commentary up, this multi-parter has been a joy. It's been a stressor on some levels, but in the end, it was all worth it. We can't wait to see what we can think of next. And it's thanks to you guys watching that we do what we do.
Well, I know what I'm doing next. Do you guys want to buy a pirated DVD version?
Doc is shaking his head right now.
Thank you, everyone, for making this all possible. From the writing to the recording, to the audio editing, the visual editing, the artwork, the animation, the marketing, the singing, everything. Thank you to everyone who made this possible. And thank you to all the fans who have kept encouraging us to just keep doing more. Keep one-upping ourselves, because they seem to love this far more than I could have ever expected. So thank you to everyone who has supported us for all these years.
Thanks for watching. It really helps.
Love y'all.
We're gonna have a ball. An 18-pony army made of references. We may outrip things off, but you should see how fucking cool this is. try to ship one more time and stuff goes up in flames. And the message from the red guy says